After Dark with Books. I'm the other half, Melissa, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the books that I read in the month of October. So the first book is going to be From Blood to Ash, and that is by Jennifer Armstrong. I apologize if I am butchering her last name, but I did listen to this on audio and I really enjoyed this book. I didn't think I was going to like it just because it was just really slow building, and I'm still getting used to the world building in books and how they take kind of forever in some of them. But by the middle of the book, it did take off, and I really enjoyed it. I cannot read book two. It's in my cart. I just need to like purchase it. The second book that I'm going to be talking about is Never Lie, and this was just a no for me. It was a no. I just didn't like it. I do have another one of her books, Feed and McFadden, and I'm a little afraid to read it. It's Housemaids, just because I just didn't like this book. Now, it might be for you. I'm not saying not to read it, but just for me, it was just a no. And my next one was Heartsmith. This one was a really cute book. This one is about a boy he was an orphan and he just wanted to get out on his own, and he liked working on tinkering. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm butchering it. But he loved working on clocks and things like that. And I say to give this book a read. This one was really cute reads. And then my other one I'm going to be talking about is Gothiana. It I was I read up on it saying that it was kind of supposed to be like Beauty and the Beast and that type of vibe. I didn't get that vibe from this book. I thought it was very cringe. The spicy scenes in this book was very cringe. I did not care for it. It was, in my opinion, just the writing to me was just not good. Now, if you want to read it, I say go for it. Maybe go for it. But for me, no. And when I bought the book, I knew nothing about it. I went on just the cover itself and then the very like pretty edges of it right here. But no, I you can save your 20 bucks and get a different book. And then in the inside, yeah, it's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful book, but no. But I did also like, I'm trying to remember it because it was like at the beginning of the month that I read this. They do talk about mental health, and I did like that they did mention that. I believe the mom had schizophrenic and the daughter as well, and I believe the father did. And she was at this school. It reminded me like kind of Harry Potterish, just because of the castle, the way it was built, and the castle wise. And then she could like read tarot cards. She can. I'm trying not to give it away as much if you have not read the story. What else? Yeah, I don't want to give it away. So I'm gonna leave it as that. But yeah, I will still keep this on my shelf because again, it's a really pretty book. Then I have Iron Flame. Yes, yes. But I did listen to this on audio and I read along with it, and I really enjoyed that because I've got to hear all the footsteps, Karen and Sigel, and all the other dragons. You can hear them talking, and then you can hear them flying. You heard everything. I loved this. Loved, loved. I cannot wait for book three. There are so many questions and so many theories on this. That podcast will be out, I want to say next week or the week after. It's our theories on Iron Flame and Fourth Wing. And if you have not read these, Do not sit on it. Go read these. These are amazing. These books are amazing. And book 3, it's going to be amazing. I just know it's going to be. So, and then also I read not Vampire. Oh my God, Zodiac Academy. Why am I thinking vampire? Zodiac Academy. I read Zodiac Academy, the first one. I actually listened to that on audio, and I will have it right here. I obviously don't have the physical book of that one. That one was really good. The only issue that I have with Zodiac Academy, because I am on the second one, it is just, why do they have to be so mean? Oh my goodness, the bullying. Those girls, they cannot catch a break. The Vega sisters cannot catch a break on in these books. The first book was really good. They didn't even know that they were Fae. So they were in the modern world and barely making it. They didn't know who their parents were. And one day this guy shows up and they're thinking that he's the cops, he's chasing them or whatever. And he shows up saying that you belong in the fairy world and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, wait, what? So they go back, and the people that are ruling now are pissed off that the girls are there because they think that they want to take over the throne because it's their rightful uh, place, and they don't want that. They want just their inherent learn their powers, and that is it. They don't want to rule anything so far, because I'm only in book 2 and I'm like not even halfway. So that's what I'm getting at, and that's what they're saying. But the guys at the school, they're like, I don't care. We're gonna torture you anyway. And yeah, they were so mean to these girls. So yeah, that was so rude. And I am actually reading the second one, and I do have the second one with me right here. I have this one is The Ruthless Fae. So far, so good. This one, it was funny in one of the parts. I think I want to say it was Tori. He set the guy's room on fire. So far, if you haven't read this, I'm so sorry. Spoiler alert! Spoiler! Spoiler! I thought it was funny. He doesn't know it was her yet. I'm pretty sure he's gonna figure it out. And these books, they thick. They're like 500 pages, and there's 12 of them, and I'm only on the second one. Do I highly suggest that you read it? So far, that what I've read, yes, I do recommend that you read these books. I think they're really good. I just don't like the bullying part. And then on the books too, I would check your trigger warnings as well, because there's some triggers in there. My next book I'm going to talk about is Lights Out. You haven't read Lights Out? What you doing? What you doing? Go read it. I actually listened to it, and it was even better listening to it. It was amazing. I did not think I was going to like this book. A lot of people compared it to Butchered and Blackbird. I DNF'd those books because I was like, no, I can't do this. I really enjoyed this book. It was a 5-star read for me. I need to pick up the physical. That's how much I liked it. So, but with Lights Out, I say check your trigger warnings on Lights Out. Uh, yeah, it's about a lady that is watching this guy, like his social media. He is doing sexual stuff, and he doesn't show his face. He always has a mask on, and her fantasy is like a guy showing up the guy showing up at her house in her room with his mask on and doing all the things to her. We're trying to keep it PG here as much as possible. And so yeah, and there's more to the story. It's a really good storyline. And if you're looking into getting into dark romance, I do highly suggest that book, because it's not that dark, but it gets you into that mind frame, if you understand, if you know what I mean. Like, it's the beginning. I believe it's a beginner one because I know that there is worse. And I'm all here for it. I'm all here for the smut, the spice. Just give it all to me. Give it all. Let's see. My next book is, I'm looking at my notes. The next book is A Queen, This Fairy Deadly. I DNF that book. Uh, I've read, I want to say this was the third or the fourth book. I can't remember. I would have to go back. But I read the first two and I loved them. Loved them. Yes, there was a lot of world building in them, especially the first one. The first one, yes. A lot of world building, getting you into the characters and learning the characters, this and that. Those ones were good. I don't know about this book. It just was not for me. So I had to DNF it. I want to say I was at already 100 pages and I was like, I'm done. It's not going anywhere for me. I'm done. So yeah, I am trying to remember if that was all the books that I read. And it was for the month of October. I really love doing this. I just got back into the reading in the end of June, July of this year. So reading all these books and buddy reading, I'm so enjoying it. And us starting our podcast, which is us, is Amanda. She is the other half of After Dark with Books. And I've been enjoying it. I loved it. I think we're on our third episode of our podcast, I think, but we have filmed a couple more. And then also, if you don't want to watch us on our podcast, we do have it on Spotify, so you can listen to it as well. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. And thank you so much again for tuning into our channel. And if you are not subscribed to After Dark with Books, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, hit the notification bell because you'll know every time that we upload new videos and new podcasts. Until then, bye.